Hey everybody, this is David Skarica, and today we're going to be looking at Fitzroy uh, 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 mi- uh, 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 minerals. This is a gold and copper play or copper gold play in South America. And we'll quickly go look at it. Their main project is the Calabellas project. They plan on doing 3,000 meters of drilling on this year. They've recently closed a financing. They're doing another financing right now, which is very good terms, 15-cent financing, and it's price protected. As you'll see, the stock is 23.5 cents today, has done pretty well. And from a technical standpoint, this is an article I did for Wall Street Window. Now, remember, this is a sponsorship company, so they have paid me. We're doing a marketing program, Mike Swanson and I, this month. So the way these things work is a company pays me, I contract out Mike Swanson, we do analytics, we make it the stock pick of the month. It's traded some pretty good volume and broken out as of late. Now, when I did this a few days ago, you can see it was in the trapped in the box, as I say, in this kind of basing pattern right on resistance. And we have now broken that resistance of 21 to 22 cents and now is at 23 and a half today, went as high as 25. Not on huge volume, as you can see. And I think that's excellent that it didn't go up on huge volume. To me, it tells me the overhead supply is done. I already made money on this deal once, by the way. I bought it at a five. I always call it the power of private placements. I bought it in a 5 cent placement and went to over 50 cents. I don't know if I ever had it in a letter. I don't think I did because at that time it was just kind of a hot market driving it. They had a nice project, but it wasn't nearly as advanced of what they have today. And so they're going to be doing this drilling on Calabos. And they have two other projects as well. They have Polymep, which is another copper project in Chile. And then they have, and they're expected to do drilling program in that probably in 2025. And then a Tech Intren project, which is in Argentina, which is a huge project with over 68,000 hectares and is near two major finds, one that has over 1 million ounces of gold and another that has over 630 million ounces of silver. And this project too, the Calabas, it doesn't just have copper. It has some silver. It has it has silver. It has zinc. It has and other metals as well. You can see there's surveys that have 49 ppm copper, 70 silver, or 70 gold. So silver, gold, and zinc. So silver, gold, and zinc, and that's really everything right now. And of course, if we go look at the prices of these metals that are associated with this, let's go look at gold. Gold is again breaking out. I have to use the GLD, but gold is again breaking out to new highs today, over 2,700 for the first time ever. Copper is kind of in a range, but as long as copper is over $4 a pound, really over 350, you can make money, and definitely $4 and definitely 450. You can make money in copper. Copper plays are appealing at these levels, and you can see copper has been in about a 3 to 4 year trading range. So it's been pretty secure up at these levels. And of course, the Federal Reserve cutting rates, etc., is good for it. So in my article, I also discussed the long-term demand for copper because of green energies, emerging markets growing, etc. We're seeing that copper demand will probably double in the next 25 years into 2050. And then, and that's even if green energy slows up a bit, copper is needed for so many things in growing economies, and Asia and Africa are still going to be where most of the growth in the world is coming in the next 20 to 25 years. So there's that underlying demand for copper as well. And like I said, on top of that, they have these other projects that they'll be drilling next year on top of this. So you have this kind of three-prong approach where one of these properties has to work out. And the company's pretty cashed up. They were recently oversubscribed on a placement. And like I said, they're doing another placement now where they have price protection. And the stock is quite a bit above that. So if anyone's interested, please contact me at addictedtoprofits@hotmail.com or davidscarica@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to send you some of the forms. And like I said, I think it's a pretty good deal at these levels because you're buying the private placement at a pretty good discount to the current price. And then we get into management. So the chairman is a guy named Campbell Smythe. I've done very well with Campbell throughout the years. He got me into a deal called Paramount Gold and Silver. I've talked about this deal in the past. They sold a project in Mexico, San Miguel, to Coeur d'Alene. And if we go look at Paramount Gold and Silver over, you can see this is when they sold the project right here in 2015. And they sold it for $147 million. And at one point, this was a $4 stock. And right here, when it did this spike in 2016, Paramount was probably at its all-time high market cap because, they had to issue shares all through here to drill the project. So, he's got me in a project a company that has sold the project. He got me into a couple other deals. He got me into something called CityView, which was run by his father, which had oil and gas project in Angola. Project eventually didn't work out, but it went from 1 cent to 20 cents. And if you go look at uh, FTZ itself, got me into FTZ at 5 cents years ago, and the stock went to over 70 cents. I don't think I had it in my newsletter. I think I just owned it personally. And so I think I sold it in the 40, 50 cent range at the time. It's a long time ago now, 3, 4 years ago. So it's hard for me to remember the exact details, but fantastic deal you got me into. And one reason I sold it at that time is the project wasn't overly as advanced as it is now. And it was just because, this is what good markets can do. Good markets can really cause these juniors. So now this project is much more advanced. The company's much more cashed up and it's breaking out technically. And if we go look at the technicals, there's really not much till 40 to 45 cents here in the stock. And then also in terms of the management, the CEO is Merlin Mar Johnson. He's got 9 years experience. He's worked as an exploration geologist for Rio Tinto. He worked for an analyst, HSBC, and a portfolio manager. So he's been on the finance side, and he's been on the mining side, which you always love because a lot of times geo guys don't know anything about geology, or sorry, don't know anything about finance, and finance guys don't know anything about geology. So that can often happen. So, and like I said, like this, I did this chart before it broke out. Now it's broken out to the upside as well. So I really like this company. It's breaking out. For those of you interested in the financing, you can write me at davidskarika@gmail.com or addictedtoprofits@hotmail.com. And I will be more than happy to give you some of the details on the financing. Like I said, it's price protected. You're getting in at a good discount to the current price, etc. And technically the stock is breaking out. So it's so there's our stock chart of the day. Like I said, I can't always do macro markets. One reason I'm able to keep this service essentially for free, the free side of it, and do 3 to 5 charts a week is because I do get sponsorship companies. So a sponsorship, just so you know, is $2,500 for the year, or we charge. It can be a varying amount. Usually, of money, and and then I pay Mike Swanson to make it the stock pick of the month, and we do analytics and all this sort of thing and marketing for it. And I do these interviews, I do these videos, I do interviews with the companies. We'll get an interview next week. So, like I said, I have been paid by the company, full disclosure as always. And I like this deal a lot, and I think it could, if it goes back to this technical level, you're talking about a double from here, which is pretty good. And your warrants, of course, would be in the money as well. So, if you were to go that route, okay, everybody, take care, and I hope you enjoyed this video.